Welcome back to the show. So our next guest is a member of the Kennedy Shriver family, and he's got a new book out to help guide the kids in our lives. Mark Shriver is the author of 10 Hidden Heroes. He and I talked about why the book is helpful and an important charity that's close to his heart.
So Save the Children Action Network is the advocacy arm for Save the Children, which has been around for over 100 years. Started in England, came to America during the Depression, delivering food to kids that were hungry in Kentucky. It's the precursor of the federal lunch program. I ran Save the Children's programs here in the United States until just a couple of weeks ago. I'm in a new role now, but we do great work from Washington State to the East Coast, the Southeast, working in rural America, focusing on making sure that kids are entering kindergarten ready to learn, that they have the necessary literacy skills, books, and games that foster cognitive development in their homes, and to ask our political leaders, to really demand from our political leaders that they invest in our children. Save the Children is doing not only delivering services, but through our advocacy arm, trying to affect systemic change.
Yeah, systemic change, exactly. And there's no greater mission. Your family has had a huge impact on American politics, you yourself. How important is it for groups like this and for the government to step in and try to improve children's lives?
Well, I think it's critical. I mean, I think it's one of the core responsibilities of government, but I think it's got to be in partnership with the private sector, with all of us. I think if we, sit around and expect the government to do everything, we're going to be greatly disappointed. So I think we have to have public-private partnerships. We have to have relationships that involve all members of the society. And that's what Save the Children has done. We've built public-private partnerships all across the country. So I think that kids deserve and have a right to grow up healthy. They have a right to grow up safe.
Yeah.
They need a quality education. And that starts from really pre-birth right on through the K-12 system. And we have not invested as a country as much as we should have. I hope that folks will get involved. As Teddy Roosevelt said, that we all have a responsibility to make our community, our state, our country better and stronger.
Yeah, you are inspiring us this morning. We are ready to take action. And you have gone from advocacy. In addition, you are an author. Let's talk about your new kids' book, 10 Hidden Heroes.
Yes.
What inspired you to write the book, and tell us what it's all about?
A hide and seek book. So remember that Where's Waldo book where you try to find Waldo in a picture with a million people?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
kind of similar, right? But it's supposed to be more fun. On page 1, it's 10 hidden heroes that are doing something about healthcare. And then you have to find the heroes. And the heroes are not the rich and powerful CEOs or the football player or the celebrity, but the people that are doing the great work in our communities day in and day out. So I'm hoping it's little kids will learn to count, but they'll also be looking for heroes and then asking their parents, their uncles, aunts, godparents, whatever it is, why is, Johnny, who's putting a Band-Aid on his little sister's leg, why are they a hero? Why is it a hero to recycle or to compost? Why is it a hero to be a crossing guard? To talk about the young girl in one of our pictures who's blind, who's teaching her friend how to read Braille. So we all have different gifts, right? And we all have different skills. And for so long, we've only looked at the rich and the powerful and the celebrity as being heroic, when in reality, I think there's so much good work going on all across our country, and we ought to celebrate and lift up those people. And I'm hoping little kids will have good discussions with their loved ones about it and have some fun in the process.
What are some, follow-up conversations with kids after reading the book that you would suggest?
There's a website, the 10hiddenheroes.com, that has a series of ideas and games that you can play with kids to further the conversation about what heroes are. Why are Special Olympics athletes heroes? Well, because they're showing us that there's so much that we have in common. And they're showing us how to be friendly to each other and how to respect each other and, to try to move past the hatred and the problems of the past. So I'm hoping these conversations will happen intrinsically. I've heard from teachers, kindergarten, first and second grade teachers, that the kids are asking these questions, and it's forcing the parents and the godparents and the grandparents and the teachers to explain why, somebody who's in a wheelchair can participate in a walk for the homeless or a run for the homeless, why that person's heroic, why somebody who's composting their fruits and vegetables is doing good for the earth. And that's fun. So I hope if you get the book, you have a good time and you have good conversations as well.
I think that's great. And then kids can see themselves as little heroes too, which I love. Thank you.
It's the last page of the book. It's like, it asks the question, to the kids, what kind of hero, in four little sentences, what kind of hero are you going to be?
What a great question.